Good morning everyone. Welcome to the Ojuswat IAS Academy. So we are trying to cover current affairs in the form of MCQs for helping you in the upcoming exam of UPSC Prelims 2020. So today we will discuss the MCQs of 27th April. But before that, you can download these PPTs from the link given in the description box below. Also, you can join us on the Telegram channel. And please do take a pause when you see question on the screen, answer it first and then see the explanation part and try to get at least 7 questions correct out of 10. So work hard, be consistent, regularly watch our videos, enhance your knowledge and please share the video if you find it meaningful. So let's begin our today's MCQs. So question number 1 is with reference to New Development Bank. First, NDB is a multilateral development bank jointly founded by the BRICS countries. Second, the voting right of the bank favors China as it holds the maximum shares. So here statement first is correct, but second is incorrect. So option will be A, that is one only. So New Development Bank is a multilateral development bank which is jointly founded by this country, and these countries include Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. And they led the formation of New Development Bank in 2014 and it's headquartered in Shanghai in China. An objective is to support infrastructure and sustainable development efforts in BRICS and other emerging economies for development through innovation and cutting-edge technologies as well. And each founding member of the bank, that is BRICS nation, has equal distribution of shares and equal voting rights. So on this point you have to focus, because in most of the banks, voting rights are given on the basis of distribution of shares. Here the equal distribution and equal voting rights. And the context is that the New Development Bank is to provide a financial assistance of $1 billion of COVID-19 funds to India. Now question number 2 is with reference to Subansiri River. First, Subansiri is a Himalayan river which originates at Arunachal Pradesh. Second, it is the largest tributary of the Brahmaputra river. So here statement first is incorrect and second is correct. So option will be B, that is second only. So here is the map is given and you can see this river originates from Tibetan Himalayas, not from Arunachal Pradesh. And from Tibetan Himalayas, it makes its way to India via Arunachal Pradesh. And it is the largest tributary of the upper Brahmaputra river. And it meets Brahmaputra river in Assam to form Majuli Island, which is the world's largest river island. And the context is that the Porijo Bridge across the Subansiri River was recently inaugurated in Arunachal Pradesh. And the bridge was constructed by Border Roads Organization for boosting connectivity and is strategically important for armed forces. So various kind of bridges are being constructed in Northeast region. They become very potential question for the UPSC examination. You have to check out other bridges and you can also write them in the comment section. Now question number 3 is, consider the following statement with reference to micro-insurance. First, micro-insurance is a general insurance or life insurance policy with the sum assured of rupees 1 lakh or less. Second, these policies are regulated by IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So statement first is incorrect and second is correct. So option will be B, that is second only. And statement first is incorrect because micro-insurance is a policy with a sum assured of rupees 50,000 or less, not 1 lakh, and it can either be a general insurance policy or it can be a life insurance, and they are created to promote insurance coverage among economically vulnerable section of India, and the policies are regulated by IRDA and they can be on an individual or group basis, and micro insurance business is done through the following intermediaries in India, that is NGOs, self-help groups and microfinance institutions. Now question number 4 is, what does the negative oil prices mean? So here are the 4 statements given and you have to choose the correct one in this regard. So the correct one is third, that is seller pays dollars in return for each barrel sold. So this is quite precarious situation but it is absolutely true. So option will be C. So the negative oil price means now seller would be paying the buyer of crude oil for each barrel that is brought, and this situation has raised due to surplus production and fall in demand due to COVID-19. So question must be asked that why the prices of oil fallen to 0 or -0, that means negative. So what are the reasons? You must be knowing it. One thing is supply and demand mismatch, and this mismatch has become prevalent due to COVID-19 pandemic. Now question number 5 is Sujalam Sufalam Jal Sanchay Abhiyan is an initiative of which of the following states? So the correct answer is Gujarat. So option will be B. So it is a water conservation scheme by Government of Gujarat, and it has launched the third edition of it, and the scheme was launched in 2018, and it aimed to deepen water bodies in the state before monsoon to increase storage of rainwater to be used during the times of scarcity and provide employment to people under Manrega, and it also involves cleaning and desilting of river fronts, renovating irrigation canals, and a huge amount of low soil or clay generated through desilting will be used by farmers to increase agricultural productivity. So overall this scheme seems very beneficial. Now question number 6 is recently 2020 World Press Freedom Index was released. So consider the following statements. First, it is released by Reporters Without Borders. Second, India's ranking has improved this year. Third, no murders of journalists took place in India in 2019. Fourth, Norway is ranked first in the index. So you will definitely confuse in statement second and third because both seem genuine and correct, but here the statement second is incorrect. So option will be B. And statement second is incorrect because India has dropped 2 places on a global press freedom index, that is now it ranked 142 out of 180 countries in this report. So despite no murder of journalists in 2019, there were incidences of constant press freedom violations during 2019. That's why the ranking has declined. And this Reporters Without Borders is a Paris-based organization and is a non-profit organization that works to document and combat attacks on journalists around the world. Now question number 7 is recently October Revolution was in news. So consider the following statement. First, it was a revolution in Russia led by the Bolshevik party of Vladimir Lenin. Second, the revolution was free of violence and bloodshed. Third, it took place in the year 1917. As we have to find out incorrect one, so the incorrect statement here is second one. The option will be B. And statement second is incorrect because this is violent revolution which marked the end of the Romanov dynasty and centuries of Russian imperial rule. And here the image of Vladimir Lenin is given, and April 22 is the 150th birth anniversary of Lenin. So the topic becomes important, and he was one of the greatest theoreticians of left politics after Karl Marx, and he led the first socialist revolution in 1917 in Russia, and he was the head of the first socialist country and was the founder of USSR. Now question number 8 is public interest litigations generally remain in news. So consider the following statement. First, the concept of PIL was introduced by Justice P.N. Bhagwati. Second, post introduction of PIL concept, only the aggrieved party could approach the courts of justice. So statement first is correct, but second is incorrect. So option will be A, that is one only. And statement second is incorrect because this was the scenario prior introduction of PIL concept, but after PIL concept, now even people who are not directly involved in the case may bring to the notice of the court the matter of public interest. And it is the privilege of the court to entertain the application of the PIL, and PIL is the rule of law declared by the court of order or court of record. However, the person or entity filing the petition must prove to the satisfaction of the court. And here is the flow chart of public interest litigation is given. These kind of flow charts are very important when it comes to mains examination. So do note down these kind of topics. Now question number 9 is, who of the following is the chairman of the Biofuel Steering Committee? So the correct answer is, it is Cabinet Secretary. So option will be C. And option C is correct because Biofuel Steering Committee is to oversee implementation of National Policy on Biofuel, which is chaired by Cabinet Secretary. And some silent features of National Policy on Biofuels are that biodiesel production will be taken up for non-agriable oil fields in waste, degraded and marginal lands, and an indicative target of 20% blending of biofuels both for biodiesel and bioethanol by 2017 has been proposed. And again, the National Biofuel Coordination Committee is headed by Prime Minister. So here you might get confused. And it will set up to provide policy guidelines and coordination. So you have to be very clear in your mind regarding both the committees. Now question number 10 is, Nova Scotia Island recently news is a province of which of the following? So the correct answer is, it is neither France nor UK nor Greece. So option will be D, none of the above. So Nova Scotia is a province of Eastern Canada. Here you can see in the map. So that's all in our today's MCQs. Hope you guys are liking the lecture. Now you can see the index. These topics we have covered today. Now one question for you is that, if Barak River is a tributary of Brahmaputra or not, or where is the origin of Barak River take place? So you have to tell whether it is tributary of Brahmaputra and the originating place of Barak River. So please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates of the videos. Please like, comment and share the video. If you want to contact us, you can contact through the given details. We are always there to help you and listen your genuine queries. And if you want any information regarding UPPSC examination and its test series, you can also contact us. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a nice day and thank you.